Hello everyone, this is Fabio again from Bizzlogic, and I am here together with our creative director Jörg, who implemented a really cool new scan into our Meadow framework. Hi Jörg.
Hello, what's up?
Do you want to tell us a little bit about what we can see here?
Sure, absolutely. What you see here is basically just a quick test that I did. I scanned a real place. This is the CCH in Hamburg, basically the open space in front of it.
The Congress Center,
I
right?
took about 1,000 Congress Center, right? Yeah, right, exactly. What you can see here behind these cars. I took about 1,000 pictures with my phone, and then used a new scanning method called Gaussian Splatting to recreate the space in the virtual space here. As you can see, it looks pretty high fidelity. It's nothing compared to other methods like photogrammetry that basically only creates a mesh, like a 3D object of the
Okay.
space that sometimes doesn't look completely like the real thing because it has a hard time recreating little objects like grass or trees, which work totally fine. So if you just follow me for a bit, you can see here everything is in here. There's like this little grass patches, there's the bushes, the trees, and even if you go further back, everything is recreated perfectly. So this is completely new tech. And we use this here to showcase that it's very easy to get the real world into the virtual world.
How did you do the scan and process the data later?
Yeah, as I said, I started with like taking pictures with my phone. It's actually very easy. Everybody can do this with a little bit of training and knowing how to do it. It's very easy. And then you just have to process these images on a computer. You basically click process and then it does its magic
Yeah.
itself. You don't have to do much yourself. What I did do is I recreated the floor with traditional 3D scanning methods. For this example, it's photogrammetry. So we have a hard surface to walk on and for light to interact, because that's still a limitation for Gaussian splattings.
That's
For
why we
Gaussian
have
splatting,
shadows here as well, right?
that's why you have shadows here, right?
Okay.
So it's you have to do a little bit of trickery to get interactions into these scenes, but it's absolutely possible, and also not. It didn't take much time here, and since we have the real floor here and the virtual sun that actually emits light, we can add other objects. For instance, these cars here. If you follow me, let's run to the cars. These cars here, they were not there in real life. I placed them in Unreal Engine.
Okay,
But you
awesome.
can see the reflections and the light, it totally interacts with everything.
Okay, so basically, what this could be used for in this special case for the Congress Center, for example, would be to recreate different settings for different event themes that they can kind of pre-visualize before, for example, hosting the whole thing, because they're probably gonna have like different build-ups and different exhibitions in this outside area here as well, right?
Absolutely. And they can do that beforehand, before the event, of course, and then walk through with their clients through this virtual environment and then do like a kind of a tour of the whole idea, then maybe build up three or four different versions of the setup, and then just switch through these different versions and show the client, hey, this is how it could look like in this version. What do you want to change? Is the viewer angle from this side perfect? How would it look like if the sun goes down? Is there something in the shadow? There's so much you can pre-visualize with this method.
But again, to reiterate, because this was a question that came quite often in the last post and also on the YouTube channel, we didn't use any special equipment to record this, right? This was straight from your phone, not even like a, a gimbal or something like that were used.
Nothing. Yeah, just my phone, and I took like usual pictures.
So
Just
do you
take a phone,
see a
take pictures.
potential that our clients or partnering agencies can also create these kind of scans and just deliver them to us to then implement them to the framework, or is this too far from being practicable?
Absolutely, yes. I mean, there's this. You still have to know what you're doing, but this is a skill that is easy to learn in about half an hour. You can get the basics of 3D scanning. It's 3D scanning sounds so like a huge topic that's hard to learn, but actually it's basically taking video, taking pictures from different directions, or maybe from all directions that are possible, and that's it. It's easy to learn, and
Cool.
I can totally see clients or clients of clients to do these scans themselves, and then we just import them, and that's it.
Cool. Do you want to? I mean, you were talking a little bit about the limitations of this technology. So one, for example, would be some things still have to be done manually, like the creation of the floor, so that we can cast physics and shadows onto it. Are there other significant limitations that you see?
Yeah, of course. It's still hard to track movement. So you can only basically scan environments that are not moving. So for this place here, it didn't move at all. Was not much wind into the trees. It still worked. But imagine if there would be like 1,000 people in here, it would be hard to
Okay.
to scan this place, and then there would be a lot of ghostly figures around. So you can see that the grass is a little bit blurry. If you go close to the grass here, you see that it stops being high quality.
Okay. Yeah.
But it's still totally enough to keep the illusion up. So this
Yeah.
is, I mean, I've been at this place, and it totally feels like I'm here.
And then obviously, if you move out of the scanned area, the illusion starts to break, right?
Yeah, yeah. But I also actually scanned a little bit of this area behind here, and now you see it stops working.
Okay.
But as you can see, the illusion starts to break apart here. But if you walk back,
Yeah,
it
it's still
works
crazy
again.
how well it works even from here. Are these two splats combined or?
No, it's just one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had some popping here on the right side, for example.
Oh yeah, that's also still a limitation from Unreal itself. It can't display so many points at the same time, so sometimes it does glitches. That's also something that's going to be changed in the future. But I want to show you something cool. Just follow me. Because you would think that this shadow here would be like baked in.
Yeah.
Because it's a 3D scan, but it isn't. As you can
wow.
see, it's an interactive shadow. So you can see here. So what I did is there was a real shadow here on this plane. Then I photoshopped it out and made it like the same surface color as the floor in the sun. And then I placed a shadow object for this huge. If you look behind and up, you see the hotel tower. And I placed a shadow object, and this totally sells the shot, right? Because
absolutely.
it's interacting, right? And you can do more stuff like this. If you have a scene with a lot of shadow, a lot of direct light, you can place virtual lights, or even create some bounce surfaces, so the light on these characters look quite realistic. But it's a bit a deep dive. Well, I could talk in like hours about this topic, but
I'm pretty sure we're gonna do that later on or in the future as well. But,
sure, yeah.
For
Let's
now,
do that.
thanks so much for the little tour, and I hope our LinkedIn people here are gonna get something out of it.
Nice. Thank you.
All right, cheers.